Get started here shortly. Shalom, shalom. We're going to get started. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem Rakakadash. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father and Son's name, who the world intimately calls Jesus Christ. Real name in the Hebrew is YAHAWASHI. Well, the Father's true name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is YAHAWASHI. Also give a praise, honor, and glory unto the Holy Spirit as well, which is the force and driving entity that makes this edification possible. I want to say shalom to all you sincere hearted Akim and Akwaf. That's you brothers and sisters that's living your life as a sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. We're gonna wait till this car passes, man. It's always Jake with some damn foolishness. He gets started off quick, man. You know, so we already see what type of camp this is gonna be, man. I've been seeing a lot of bug outs. So pretty soon, all this about to stop, man. All this about to stop. Moab walking down the street looking prideful as hell. All right, but I also want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles of GMS who taught us truth and who rule well. All right, so as it is, we come under the banner of prophecy, man. All right, because the effect of every vision, hence the title, you know, this camp lesson, the effect of every vision, Hasteneth, man. When you read the book of, let's grab that real quick, in the book of Ezekiel, the 12th chapter. All right, because a lot of things are going on. You know, as we speak, you know, they got Europe. Europe is under a lockdown, right? New York, they just arrested a guy in Burger King. In Burger King, when he was trying to, you know, order some damn wings or whatever it was he was trying to get. They arrested him because he didn't have that sauce inside of him, man. All right, he didn't have proof of that sauce, and this is what's going to come, you know, hardcore unto the followers of Yahweh Shema Shah. We're all about to be put in that trying, in that testing stage, man. All right. What else is going on, man? There's a lot going on. Iran, they just did a mock simulation of destroying Iran. You know, they did a whole video of a mock simulation of destroying, not destroying Iran, destroying Israel. And Iran's ready to go to war with Israel, man. And that war needs to happen because that war, you know, it's going to be forged in ICBM nuclear fire. That's what's going to cleanse the land for us, you know, through fire. And then those heathens, they're going to build up that land. Let's see what else is going on, man. Hey, you know, if y'all not watching news, hey, y'all totally left in the dark. That's why Yahweh told us in the book of Luke, the 12th chapter, he says, blessed. As a matter of fact, let's just get that. I quote it all the time. Let's just grab it. This is Luke 12 and verse, we'll start at verse 42. And YAHAWAH said, who then is that faithful and wise steward whom his Lord or YAHAWAH shall make ruler over his household to give them portion of meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing. Doing what? Watching. Let's continue to read. And it says, let's skip down here to verse 46. Yeah, the YAHAWAH of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for, be in the spirit, and you should be in the spirit of looking for and hastening towards the day of YAHAWASHI, man. Right? This is why you should constantly, you know, keep your mind first and foremost settle up on these prophecies. But in order to know these prophecies, you got to know history, and you also have to know what's going on, because this is how you measure the times diligently within itself to see how you're on the brink of the destruction of America and the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel, man. which consists of you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right? It says, the outer one of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour, see that? In an hour when he is not aware. And what's the hour? The hour of temptation, man, which is coming to try the whole world. And it says, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. It says, yeah, so this is pretty much the point on that. So yeah, man, if you're not found watching, if you're not found being aware, being keen of these times that you're living in, there's actual punishment for that, man. So there's commandment that you watch, right? Did he not say in Isaiah the 62nd chapter? Let's grab that real quick. Isaiah 62. Because once again, this is a luxury for the nation of Israel. You see, because Esau, he got his so-called watchers, you know, which in the form of these whistleblowers like Dabu, you know, 777. Who else? You got that dude Alex Jones, right? But they can't give you a biblical report. They don't have that. They don't sing that song that the elect is singing, man. They don't have that whole role, you know. Because Dabu 7, you know, man, these are troublous times. These are biblical times that we living in. I've been telling you, man. But no, they won't. They can't be able to go. Even these Christian pastors, they're not able to go into these scriptures and actually blow the trumpet and sound the people, sound the trumpet to move the people for battle, man. So this is Isaiah 62. It's the book of Isaiah 62. And I'll start right here at verse 1. It says, for Zion's sake, right, which is for the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Not for the whole world's sake, but for Zion's sake, I will not hold my peace. See, YAHAWASHI is not holding his peace anymore, man. This is why you got brothers uploading videos throughout the day, throughout the night, all throughout, you know, this time, man. These videos, epistles, they're going out like breaking forks of water streams, man. Right? That's the form of YAHAWASHI not holding his peace. Because there's a long season where YAHAWASHI did hold their peace. Consider the time when we were in hardcore, rigorous slavery, rigorous captivity. You know, where we didn't hear a word, you know, from the Most High and His Son, man. We had no prophets, you know, to tell us which way to go. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. And this is why. This is why. He totally hid his face. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32. And verse 20. It says, and he said, I will hide my face from them, for I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. See, that was during the time when YAHAWASHI hid his face from us, man. Because we were in the thick of our punishment. We were in the heat of our punishment at that time. And guess what? We're coming back, you know, in the heat of our well, at least the 2/3, the reprobates of the nation of Israel, as well as the whole world. They're about to get that full-on heat where YAHAWASHI is not going to make plain his way anymore. Because this way is made plain right now, as it's spoken about in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. Right? His way is made known. It's out here visible, out here in the streets. Proverbs, the 1st chapter. Wisdom cries in the streets. She uttereth her voice, you know, in the gates. This the form of YAHAWASHI, making plain his way. Right? So we're coming up on the time to where he's about to withdraw his prophets. Right? You're gonna have no more prophets out there to tell you which way to go. Right? Because decision making is about to be key in these times, man. You know, you're not gonna have the luxury of hitting up a brother or turning on a particular video, you know, to help you with the issue that you got going on, or you needing guidance in a particular area of your life. You know, that's when the doors of mercy is gonna completely be closed. To where if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. But unto the elect, it's shown throughout scripture that they're gonna have it, man. They're gonna have that word. They're gonna have kept that word, like it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Right? So by default, they're going to be kept by those said perils. So let's go back to Isaiah 62 verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and Jerusalem's sake I will not rest. See, YAHAWASHI is not resting right now, man. Right? And why is he not resting? We're going to continue to read. Until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. And this is also a salvation cut on you damn Christians, man. Right? This is a salvation cut on you Christians, because he says that he's doing all this for Zion's sake, right? Until righteousness be firmly established and going forth, you know, like it says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, out of the mountain of Israel, and also for the salvation of Zion, man. So he's not gonna hold his peace anymore, man. As a matter of fact, let me grab this in Isaiah the 42nd chapter. So Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 14. I have long time holding my peace. See, he has long time holding his peace. Once again, you know, like we had alluded to earlier, during the times of hardcore, rigorous slavery and captivity here in America, that was a time when YAHAWASHI was holding his peace, right? We didn't have any prophets, man. He says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. And before YAHAWASHI comes back and issues forth that war cry, you know, he's raising up his prophets, raising up his men, you know, throughout various parts of Babylon the Great and throughout the whole world, as a matter of fact. And now we're crying, man. That's why he says his voice goes before the army. And who's the voice of YAHAWASHI? The prophets, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that. And then we're going to get into the lesson, man. Let's get that in Hosea 12 and 10. And he says, Hosea 12 and 10, I have also spoken, see that? I have also spoken by the prophets. See, he's spoken by the prophets, man. So when he says, now will I cry, right? And where is he crying at first and foremost? Right here in the streets, Isaiah 58, verse 1. You know, cry loud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet. Show the house of Israel their sins, man. So he's crying right here. Also, he's crying through his men in Ezekiel 9 and 4. For those men that signed their crime in the streets for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And those men will be sealed. They're going to be sealed. Right? When you go into that word mark, right? That means mark of exemption. And that Hebrew word is tab, man. And YAHAWASHI, you know, you sincere brothers, you know, and sisters, and I myself, you know, we're getting sealed as we speak. We're getting marked as we speak. You know, as we speak, that tab, that exemption from judgment, man. While the world's getting marked on the left-hand side, getting marked by who they're owned by. You know, and you know, YAHAWASHI, I'll do a lesson on Revelation 13, you know, sometime this week. I was going over that this week, man, and hey, you can't go over that enough, because we're in the season of Revelation 13 being fulfilled, man. Right? Specifically, especially 15th verse on down, all the way down to verse 18, when that charagma is going to be issued, right? And that can very well easily happen next year in 2022. And guess what? We're only not even a week away from 2022. So things are happening quick, man. For the vision of every prophecy hasteneth quickly, man. All right? As a matter of fact. And this is that vision in specific that's hastening quickly. The RFID microchip, the charagma, spoken about in Holy Scriptures, man. And that's going to be implanted into all those individuals whose names were not written in the Lamb's Book of Life from the foundation of the world. Also, as a cut on that predestination is real, man. You know? Because if it wasn't, why did he already have pre-written, prescribed, you know, scripted, that there's going to be individuals whose names were not even written from the foundation of the earth, man. So going to show you, this is literally YAHAWASHI's movie. He sealed everybody's fate, right? Before he even created the world. So now he put all these spirits inside the world, and now we're just living it out. Now we're living out that movie director's script. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So that's why if you're wicked, you can't help it, because that was prescribed unto you to be wicked. And if you're righteous, if you're doing the works of the elect, pursuant to the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter, right? All praise to YAHAWASHI, right? Because you have a very good chance, as long as you're enduring to the end, right, to be a part of that ruling body, that governing body of the nation of Israel, man. The first fruits, which are those spirits that's been with our Lord YAHAWASHI ever since the creation, man. And that's a privilege, because once again, it wasn't anything in and of yourself to put you in that situation, you know. And that's why scriptures tell us, you know, to fret not because of evildoers, man. See, YAHAWASHI erected these evildoers for a specific purpose. That was to basically be the antagonist in this movie, you know, just so the sons of God can know what not to do. You know, what happens when you go off and stray away from his commandments. So let's go back where we at. Isaiah, the 62nd chapter, 62nd chapter, verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness. Yeah, and we know that this is talking about YAHAWASHI, but at the same breath, this is what the sincere men, you know, of the Heavenly Father and His Son, we fulfill that lot as well, man. We're not resting, you know, brothers. As a matter of fact, Elder Yaramlab, he did a video this morning, like around 4 o'clock, man. He said the devil was on. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't rest. The devil was just on his back, man. You know, he couldn't rest, right? But what did he do? He edified the nation of Israel. He wasn't holding his peace for the sake of Israel, for the sake of Jerusalem, for the sake of Zion's sake, man. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. Let's skip down here to verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. And this is not the time to be holding your peace if you're a so-called man of YAHAWASHI. You should be in the spirit of prophesying. You should be in the spirit of hastening in this day. You should be in the spirit of reporting these evil tidings for these so-called Americans and inhabitants of the world, which is coincides with our good news when you read the book of Isaiah, the 61st chapter, man. So we need this bad news. We need these bad things to go on, right? Because once again, that should be comforted the elect. And I did a lesson yesterday, right, going into Joshua and Caleb, right? How Caleb and Joshua and Caleb, they were known to be spies, right? They were known to be spies to go spy out the land of Canaan, and they were to come and bring back the report unto the nation of Jerusalem, or to the nation of Israel, right? And what was their message? That Canaan is taken, man. These people are finished, right? And once again, we come in the same stead as Joshua and Caleb, as those two servants of those two spies, man. Those two witnesses that's spoken about in Revelation 11 chapter. You know, we may get it today. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and hold my finger on that. Go ahead and hold my finger on that. And shalom to, you know, the Akim and ARHCAEOLOGY logging on. Let me get my finger on Revelation 11. All right, got that. Yeah, let's keep going. He says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Yeah, a true man of YAHAWASHI will not be holding his peace. All right, you should be hearing from that man. You should be hearing edification from that man on an almost daily basis, if not daily basis, man. All right, because he's gonna be in the spirit, you know, of hastening the day. He's gonna be in the spirit of not holding his peace for Zion's sake until righteousness be established, until salvation comes, man. It says, you that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent. See that? This is not the time to keep silence. Like it's spoken about in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, when there's a time to speak and a time to keep silence. And we're in the time to speak. Look at that. They're about to, hey, judgment's right here, man. And these people about to, I wish they would have hit each other. But we're in a time to be speaking. We're in the time of war. We're in a time of famine. We're in a time of the end of all things, right? Which the end is synonymous with the so-called white man. See? The Heavenly Father allowed this man to be resurrected for a short little season of time before he destroys this place, man. Right? So verse 7, and give him no rest. See? You shouldn't be giving YAHAWASHI rest, man. You should be like your rib, you know, he just constantly nagging you. I want to go out, you know. Can you pay attention to me? You know? Well, that's us, man. That's us. to our husband, man. Asking him to come behold us. Look at us. Look at the situation we're in. This is why you should be out here crying and sighing for all the abominations. Come get us out this hellhole, right? Because brothers, if you're in the right spirit, you should be tired of this place, man. If you're in the spirit of mirthfulness, if you're in the spirit of, trying to figure out your next, scheme to make a big amount of money, if you, hey, Shalom, if you're in the spirit to settle and deepen your roots here in Babylon the Great, you're in the wrong spirit, man. You should be in the spirit to hurry up and get the hell up out this place, because it's only getting more and more wicked on a daily basis. And one of those countries, I believe, one of those EU countries, they're making it, they're giving adolescents more access. They're giving adolescents more access to become the alphabet community, man. In specific, trans, without parental consent, if they're 16 and over. Imagine that, 16 and over, man. You're 16, you can't even drive yet, but yet you have enough so-called decision-making skills of your own to decide if you want to be a transvestite. Right, so this is why this place got to be destroyed. And whose watch is this done under? The so-called white man's watch, man. But yet people say, God bless America. No, God is about to come and send his son and destroy this place, along with these damn so-called white people, man. And all these people about to go into slavery, into captivity, according to Revelation 13, 9 and 10. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Right, and this is, and like it's spoken about in Job, the 12th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, this is a dreadful sound in the ears of you people, man. Because this is something that you never wanted. It's like that bad dream that you never wanted to have. If you got a phobia of some clowns or spiders, right, and you ended up having that dream, man, you're terrified, you're paranoid, man. You're gonna be shaken up for a couple of days. But guess what? Now your worst dreams have come true. The so-called white man's worst dreams have come true. Now we understand that we're not black. We're not African American. We're not Africans, man. No, we're Israelites. And we're above all people upon the planet Earth. And the Most High is about to choose the elected nation of Israel to carry you people into slavery. Because you people need subjection, man. Y'all some damn beasts. Don't know when to stop eating, right? Don't know what time and season you're living in. You're thinking that everything's going back to normal when, no, inflation's about to go through the roof. You're not going to have enough money to purchase bread. Women are going to be selling themselves for money or for bread, while their men are going to die of famine. Right? You're forgetting what type of God that you're dealing with. You're dealing with the same power that killed the whole world and saved only 8 people. But yet you go to church every Sunday believing that he loves everybody, man. No, he's coming back to destroy America along with these wicked people. Right? This message, once again, is going forth throughout the 4 corners of the earth, according to Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And then the end of the world is going to be. And then Jacob, or the Israelites, are going to be the next. Going back to Isaiah 62, verse 7. And give him no rest until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yahweh has sworn by his right hand. And who's his right hand, man? YAHAWASHI, his son. So he's sworn through by YAHAWASHI. He says what? And have by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thy enemies. So basically, our enemies won't be able to feed themselves off of us, man. We're going to be feeding ourselves off of them. As it's spoken about in Isaiah the 60th chapter. How we're going to suck the breast of the Gentiles, man. Meaning we're going to take their wealth from them. And they're going to build up our kingdom. Is it not right? Right? You say you want justice. Well, this is true justice, man. Coming out of the Holy Scriptures. Your enemies that have taken you captive, now they're going to be captive. Now they're going to build up your homeland. How about that? He says, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thy enemies. And the sons of the strangers shall not drink thy wine for which thou hast labored. So they're no longer going to be able to feed themselves off of us, man. And that's a beautiful thing. Consider, that's the main reason why Jake is so oppressed right now, man. Jake is working 40 plus hours, a week. And then what? And also, who's another one of Jake's enemies besides the so-called white man? Eve, man. Eve. And Eve is taking his, feeding herself off of him through the form of this child support. And the serpent the one that she's made an alliance with, a covenant with, now he's benefiting from that. So Eve and Esau, Edom, right, is feeding themselves off of Jake. See, but we're coming at a time to where all that's about to go to the end, man. That's why Scripture says better is the end of a thing than the beginning, man. See, But you people want this place to go back to normal, right? But it's better that YAHAWASHI go ahead and ends this place, man. Because that's the best thing for this place, is an ending. And that ending is going to be sharp and brutal, man. Pursuant to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. Right, where it says, let's grab that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 6. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse, we'll start right here at verse 4. Because, let's start at verse 3. For power is given you of Yahweh, and sovereignty from the highest. Yeah, power was given to all these nations and all these empires who ever ruled. Power was given unto them, right? John 3:27 says that a man can receive nothing except to be given from heaven, man, including that power. That's what Esau does not understand. That's why he's more and more rebellious by the day. That's why scriptures call this place Meribah, if I'm not mistaken, in Jeremiah the 50th chapter, man, which means double rebellion. Because he believes that, you know, he is the Most High and better than the Most High. You know, to where he's trying to sit inside the temple of the Most High, which is you Israelites. He's trying to get inside of you, man. Right? But he doesn't understand that this power was given unto him. And just as it was given unto him, there's been a set date. There's been an expiration date upon that power that he was just only going to borrow for a little season, pursuing the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, man. See, the Most High gave this man power for a little season to deceive the nations, man, to deceive those that's not the elect. And see, this is why the days are speeding up, pursuant to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Except those days be shortened, no flesh shall be saved, but except for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. So that's why these days are being shortened. So it says, for power is given unto you from Yahweh, and sovereignty from the highest. And ask an average Jake, man. Go to a barbershop and ask him, what does sovereignty mean? Or what does it mean to be sovereign? They have no clue. I'm going to show you how far removed our people are from rulership, man. All right, but all praise to YAHAWASHI. Now we know what sovereignty means. We know the definition of it, and we also know what it should look like. And it says, who shall try your works and search out your counsels? And that's what YAHAWASHI is doing to America. That's what he's doing to the EU councils. That's what he's doing to all these nations' councils, man. And he's sitting in the midst of them. He's got angels sitting in the midst of them, man, searching and trying out their counsels, man. All right? And guess what? They're all prisoners of prophecy. They can't do anything to frustrate these prophecies, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let me get my finger back on Sirach 5 because I want to go there. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Second Corinthians 13 and 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. So yeah, there's nothing you can do against prophecy, man. You know? See, Esau, if it was left up to him, you know, he would try to make these prophecies null and void. Right? But everything this man does, even if he decides that he wants to be more rebellious, thinking that he's going to upset prophecy. Right? This man literally thinks that he's going to, as scriptures that already told us, according to the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter and 17th verse, he said that he's going to come upon the Lord's elect, and he's going to try to kill all of them. To do what? To try to upset the prophecy concerning Jeremiah the 31st chapter, when it says that unless the sun, moon, and stars, you know, change the ordinances, then the seed of Israel will no longer be in remembrance. Right? And he's going to try to upset that by slaughtering a massive amount of Jakes, man. These so-called black Hispanic Native Americans. Right? But once again, like scripture says, you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Let's read it. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. For we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Right? So everything you do, right, whether you're trying to be rebellious or not, guess what? You're falling into the hands of YAHAWASHI. You can do nothing against his will. As it says in Sirach the 18th chapter. Let's grab that real quick. Sirach 18, verse, we'll start right here, verse 1. he that liveth forever created all things in general. Yahawah only is righteous, and there is none other but he. Verse 3, who governeth the world, meaning that he controls, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will, man. See that? All things obey his will. All the way down from an ant to the counselors, man. You know, to these elites. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hands, and all things obey his will, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them for profane. And we're in the time of that sifting. We're in the time of him causing division between the elect and the non-elect, man. Let me see if anybody put anything. Okay, God. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going where we at. And once again, Shalom to all you brothers and sisters logging on. Back to Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, it says, verse 4, because being ministers of his kingdom, see that? Being ministers of his kingdom wasn't mean to be a minister. That word minister means servant. And is Esau not a servant? Right? Is he not a servant unto this kingdom? Although he doesn't deem himself to be so. Right? But we know that he is, pursuant to the book of Daniel, the 4th chapter, 17th verse. Right? Where the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. See, it's really the Most High ruling right now. Right? It's really the Most High ruling right now. But he's ruling in the kingdom of men. And these particular men that he has set up, right, they're nothing but his servants, man, on the left-hand side at this time. But see, that's the difference between right now and what's to happen in the future. See, we're going to be his servants. We're going to be his ministers on the right-hand side, right? And the right hand is firmly established, man. That's why it says in the book of Proverbs, 16th chapter, that the kingdom shall, or the throne shall be established in righteousness. And whenever a throne is established in righteousness, it's poised to stay there forever, man. You know, it's going to stay firm. So it says, let's go back, Wisdom of Solomon 6, because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright, right? And Esau does not judge aright, man. You know, look at these particular laws and measures that he set up. It tells you that he deceives, you know, what he causes craft to prosper, you know, through his ordinances, man. Right? He does not judge aright. He's setting out these particular mandates and laws, right? You know, telling you if you're not poisoned up, you can't go here, you can't go there. So much to the point to where, and also going to show you how powerful this man is. Going to show you that he really exalts himself to be above the Most High. He tells you that you can't even go to your own place of worship. You can't worship your God except before you worship him first, man. Before you proskuneo, before you give him proskuneo, which means to bow the knee. Right? Bow the knee to his image. And that's going back to Daniel, the 3rd chapter, where Nebuchadnezzar set up that image in the plain of Dura, right? And caused those inhabitants to do what? To bow the knee. But there were certain Jews who didn't, right? And they stand in the lot of the elect, man. See, the elect are going to be the only ones that are not going to bow the knee unto this man's image. Go back. Wisdom of Solomon 6, verse 4, because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright, nor kept the law. See, this man doesn't keep the law, right? He has the power to shut down. If he has power to lock down the world or lock down his kingdom, you know, because of damn Omarion or Vicky, right? Surely he has the power to shut down this place during the Shabbat, right? So this goes, you know, he can make everybody, you know, not buy and sell. He can make all restaurants and things of that nature be closed, right, if he wanted to, right? But he has not kept the law. He promotes pork, promotes shrimp, crab, lobster, promotes homosexuality, the LGBT. So it says, you have not kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh. Yeah, he doesn't walk after the counsel of Yahweh. He walked after the counsel of his own mind. And what does Scripture say? All right? If you walk after the counsel of your own mind, you're going to fall, man. Pursuant to the book of Proverbs 16th chapter, man. And it says, verse 5, horribly and speedily. See that? Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. And this is how YAHAWASHI is going to come upon America, man. Horribly and speedily, man. Right? And this is why you people have no time. You have no clue, right, of what time it is, man. Because he's going to allow this place to go you know, with go along with business as usual. You're gonna have fire trucks going down the street as usual. You're gonna have shops open as usual. You know, all the while, you know, you do have a shakeup of things. You know, you got certain pockets of the world, you know, having insurrections, having lockdowns and things of that nature, right? But it's particularly Babylon the Great that he's going to come up on in an instant, man. When you read Isaiah the 47th chapter, man, when it says that, and also Revelation the 18th chapter, when it says that her plagues, right, is going to come up on her in an hour, man. Or it's either an hour or the day. As a matter of fact, let's get that. I don't want to butcher it. Revelation 18 and verse, let's see. Yeah. Revelation 18 and verse 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is YAHAWAH power who judgeth her. That doesn't necessarily mean an actual one day, man. That doesn't mean that people are just gonna, first and foremost, you can't die of famine in one day. You know, it's gonna take multiple days, you know? So that one day symbolizes just a short duration of time, a sudden time, you know? Let's read that again. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. See, those missiles are going to come in a sudden, man. Also pursuant to the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter. It says, for strong is YAHAWAH power who judgeth her. Now let's go back to Salakia, Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 5. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. And when you go to that word sharp, it means bitter, man. It means bitter. And that's what the word America goes into. That's what the word America means. When you get the root word of that word America, it's a mar. It's mar, which means bitter. So just like our first captivity, Egypt was bitter, all right? Our last captivity in the spiritual Egypt is going to be bitter as well, man. All right? So he says, verse 6, for mercy will soon pardon the meanest, meaning the despised, the low, the base, that remnant, Zephaniah 3 and 12. Mercy is going to pardon us, man. YAHAWAH desire we be a part of that number. It says, for mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented, man. See? This place is going to be mightily tormented. As a matter of fact, it's going to be tormented just as much as it lived deliciously. Revelation 18 and 7. Let's start at verse 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you. And how's America rewarded the Most High's chosen people? By slavery, captivity, right? Rape, rob, and murder. That's how it's rewarded us, man. So he says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double unto her, double according to her work. See, the Most High is going to double this place's wickedness upon its own head, man. So it says, in the cup which she had filled to her double. So that cup that we had to drink of from this bitter cup, might I add, right? Which is what that word America means. This bitter cup that we drunk from, guess what? America's going to have to drink from that same bitter cup, except it's going to be double, man. Right? Verse 7, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So as much as she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. See, that's what the Bible promotes. The Bible promotes sorrow and torment and sorrowfulness to this place. Also pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter, when it says, in that roll, there is written within and without. Let's just grab that real quick. Let's get that real quick. Ezekiel, 2nd chapter, and verse 8. It says, but thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. Yeah, we eating the whole roll and we're telling you everything, man. We have not shunned to declare unto you all the prophecies, all the counsel of YAHAWASHI. verse 9, it says, and when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, and that roll is the scroll, these scrolls, these Bibles, man. This Bible, and it says, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. So the angel, or that hand, spread forth the scroll. And he says, within and without, it was written, and it says, there was written therein, lamentations, mourning, and woe. And see, that's when we come in that same step, man. We're just simply reading out the scriptures, right? See, the Bible is one of the most bloodiest books of all times. Why? Because you're dealing with the power, you're dealing with the man of war, right? He's the one that instigates all these wars. And he's saving the best for last, World War III. And once again, we see the brew up of all these things, man. Russia, China, you know, you got India, Iran. All these nations are set forth to go to war, right? It's really America that's trying to stifle this thing back, because this is, like it says in the book of Joel. Let me get that real quick. This man's steps are being straightened. See, prophecy got this man off guard. But yeah, he's gonna have, even Esau's gonna have to go through that straight gate, man. Because Esau, he won't be able to put off these things that he wanted to avoid. You think Esau really wants to go into World War III? No. Because he knows, man, that these other nations can wipe him out. Esau don't want to go through this, but he knows it's going to happen. He's trying to avoid it, but yet the Most High is force feeding it down his throat, man. He's making him drink the cup, right? Just like we had to drink the cup, this man's going to have to drink the cup, man. So Job 18 and verse 7, the steps of his strength shall be straightened. It says, and his own counsel shall cast him down. What does that mean? The steps of his strength are going to be straightened. Meaning this man won't be able to walk in long strides like he used to. He won't be able to walk in proudness like he used to, man. Now he's got to be careful on how he treads. That's why Biden is talking sweet, you know, to Vladimir Putin, because he know that he got to be careful on how he treads, man. Right? Because he know Vladimir Putin and the president of Iran, man, these motherfuckers crazy, man. So he just can't talk to them like he wanted. He can't talk to them like he was Trump, man. See, and Trump really set the stage. See, the elites put all these actors in here, man. Put all these predisposed, you know, puppets in there to fulfill their agenda, man. See, they put Trump in there to really, you know, stir up things. And put Biden in there to basically give you the facade like he's fixing things, but really, behind the scenes, he's messing things up even more. And this is all the counsel of YAHAWASHI, which is only revealed unto the Israelites. Amos 3 and 7. For sure the Most High will do nothing except he reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. Right? So let's go back. Wisdom of Solomon 6. And yeah, that was pretty much it on Wisdom of Solomon. Let's get this in Ezekiel 12 and verse 27. He says, and son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. And that's what our people have been so accustomed to saying, man. Oh man, these guys, man, they ain't talking about, you know, things that's gonna happen soon, man. They ain't gonna happen until a long time from now. They've been saying these things ever since as a matter of fact, like 2 Peter says, they've been saying these things ever since my grandma was alive, right? See, that you can only utter things like that whenever you're not centered around prophecy. That's why scriptures tell you in start right the 39th chapter to be occupied in prophecies, man. You got to continue to watch. 2 Peter 3 and yep, 2 Peter 3 and verse 3. It says, let's start in verse 2, that you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets. See, you got to be mindful of these words, meaning that you have to keep these words, keep these breakdowns inside your mind, man. Right? Because when these breakdowns are constantly, you know, floating around in your mind, and you're going over them, you're meditating upon them, and once you start to see particular things throughout the earth, you know, bud forth, then you're going to know that this is the time of the end, man. Right? So it says, that you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of our YAHAWAH and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. Yeah, and in particular of our nation, you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, who scoff at the Bible, who scoff at these prophecies, who set aside, who shun these prophecies away from you, man. Right? Well, scriptures already hit the nail on the head. It tells us, man, that Jake's going to be in that particular mindset, that's going to think everything's a damn joke. They're going to think that this is not serious. And YAHAWAH will do a lesson on this tomorrow, man. You know, about how Jake doesn't know what he's involved in. Right? That's why he's scoffing, because if Jake really knew, like YAHAWASHI said in Luke the 19th chapter, if you would have known that which belonged to that piece. Let me grab that real quick. All right, let's get that in Luke 19. Luke 19 and 40, let's start verse 41. It says, and when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over. This YAHAWASHI weeping over Jerusalem, man, before the siege of 70 AD. All right, and you know that we're people before we're a place. So in spirit, YAHAWASHI, hey, we weeping over you Jakes, man, you know, who just don't know. But, you know, really, we in that hard spirit now to where we ain't really crying over you niggas no more, man. Because you know better now. You know, there's a time, you know, to where you know, every now and then you might feel, you know, a little down, you know, Jake or whatever, like, damn, man, I wish they really understood the seriousness. This is why, you know, brothers, they debate, you know, with Jake, just trying to make Jake get it. But you gotta understand, man, hey, we in some harsh, cruel times now, man. You know? Hey, you gotta work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. If Jake ain't got it now, to hell with that nigga, man. You know? Here we are dropping videos, you know, holding count on a day-to-day basis. And Jake, you know, he just in more folly than ever, man. Doing more wickedness than ever. So to hell with Jake. You know? We ain't weeping over this nigga. Even YAHAWASHI says that in John 17, that he prays not for the world, man. And what world is he talking about? The world of Israel, man. YAHAWAH told Jeremiah, don't pray for these people and don't cry for these people, man. All right? So let's go back. Luke 19 and verse 42, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace. And what belongs unto your peace, Jake? This truth. This truth is what's going to keep you in peace, keep you in sound mind. Like Isaiah the 26th chapter. The man whose mind is stayed up on me, I will keep him in perfect peace, man. But see, that's hid from Jake's eyes, man. That's hid from the Israelites' eyes, at least 2/3 right now, man. And it says, but now they are hid from thine eyes, man. So let's go back to 2 Peter 3 and verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? Yeah, that's what Jake is saying. Where's the promise of his coming? He's been promising that he was going to come, right? But they didn't understand, you know, the season that he was going to come in, right? They're thinking that America was going to last forever, you know. But see, now we understand what the end is, man. And we're going to get that. Let me go ahead and grab that before I forget. In 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. And see, this is why you can't be thankful enough to having this truth, man. You can't be thankful enough for having this truth, because now we know just a very simple fact of you knowing the signs and times that you're living in. That's mercy, man. All right, so I got that. Let's go back to 2 Peter. It says, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? It says, for since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue. All things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. And yeah, and your parents may be saying the same thing. Oh man, my grandparents been saying that he was gonna come. He ain't come yet. All right, look at this freak right here. Look at this freak. Ah, damn, my camera wouldn't turn. It's lucky. My camera wouldn't. I was trying to show you all this busted up Edomite, man. Nigga was missing a whole eye. It looked like Fetty Wap. All right, but it says, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Yeah, right? Oh man, he ain't coming back. Right? If he does, it's gonna be a long time from now. Right? But no, like Ezekiel the 12th chapter says, man, we're no longer going to hear that proverb. Let's get that. Let's finish that out. Ezekiel 12 and 27 says, son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied to the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith YAHAWAH, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith Yahweh power. Yeah. No more of his words are being prolonged anymore. And this is why we see talks of the MOTB, of that charagma, being set in place by next year, man. See, Elon Musk is trying to get that brain chip approved, man, by the beginning of next year. Right? And remember, we're dealing with with the same man, you know, your so-called president, when he was a senator in 2005, he says, is there, in this council meeting, he says, is there any kind of way we can put an implantable chip inside of each and every single human being to track their every movement? He says, you will rule on that, mark my words. All right, and I got some sound and video clips of him saying that in a couple of my videos, man. You're just gonna have to scroll back. All right, so you're dealing with that same man who said that. So now the Most High is not prolonging his vision anymore. Every effect of the vision is hastening, man. So let's get this and let's finish it out, verse 5, 2 Peter 3 and 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of. So yeah, although Jake, you know, can see that we're in troublous times, they're still making themselves willingly ignorant, man. They're turning a blind eye. They understand. Jake sees that. Hey, because listen, man, when it comes to money, you know, Jake knows, you know, when inflation is coming up, man, because Jake is already broke, you know. So he's trying to figure out, why in the hell am I spending more money for the same things that I bought last year? Why am I spending more dollars at the pump, man? Right? So Jake sees these things. Jake sees inflation, but he's still willingly ignorant of the hard times that's coming up on him, man. So what does Scripture say? For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. See, just like those natural brute beasts back then during the time of Noah, they were ignoring all the signs and things that YAHAWASHI had issued forth out to them in the stead of his prophet Noah. Noah forewarning them that there was going to be a flood. What did they do? They turned up. They gave Noah a deaf ear and a blind eye. Right? Gave him that thumbs up like they do us when they walk down the streets. You know? But they're making themselves willingly ignorant. So this is why destruction and calamity is going to overtake you people in a sudden, man. Pursuant to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter, man. Matter of fact, let me just get that. Ecclesiastes 9. Shalom to brothers and sisters logging on. So Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 11. So like in 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time. See? So you don't know your time, man. And this is why we are, you should be in that thankful, you should stay thankful, man, for knowing your time. Knowing the thing that belong unto your peace. It says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net. And what's that evil net, man? Esau, man. Esau is planning on rounding you niggas up into captivity and putting your asses in FEMA camps, man. And shipping you abroad once again. All right, don't be surprised if your ass over there in Australia in the FEMA camp, being a damn slave, helping to build up the NWO. So it says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in an evil snare. But that's why it says in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, that in vain is the net spread. Let me just get that. In the sight of any bird. Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1 and verse 17. Surely, let's start at verse 15. It says, my son, walk not thou in the way with them. And who is that speaking about? The evildoers, man. While David said in Psalms, the 1st chapter, for blessed is the man that sitteth not in the seat of the scornful, man, and walketh not in the way of sinners. So it says, my son, walk not in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their paths, meaning refrain your goings in life from this man's ways, unlike what your people are doing. This is why our people were just partaking into one of the worst idolatries of all time, man. Christmas or Krampus or Saturnalia, right? Which all goes back to these old Hamite, idolatries, man. Which is what got the Canaanites expelled out of their land in the first place, man. But this is our people following the ways of these heathens, man. But yet there's going to be that elect, there's going to be that remnant, those few individuals that's not going to partake into the ways of this world. Like it's spoken about in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. We're going to abstain. Let me just get that, because that's a powerful chapter, man. May do a lesson on that whole chapter. Amen. There is not a shortage of lessons right now. You know, YAHAWASHI is speaking loud and clear right now. You know? Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, man. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2. And, verse 13, it says, he professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh. And this is speaking about the righteous, the sons of God. He professed to have the knowledge of Yahweh, and he called himself the child of Yahweh. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion, man. And this is why people look at us strange, because our ways are of another fashion. Our ways are the customs of the Bible, man. Our ways come from the law, statutes, commandments. This is our heritage, man. And this goes against the grain of this world, man. This goes against Esau's kingdom. This goes against wickedness, man. That's why it says in 1 Peter 4, for they think it strange that you not run with them anymore, man. It says, verse 16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. See, and this is what the wicked are saying about the righteous. They're saying that they're esteemed of us. They're esteemed by us as counterfeits. And we do esteem you people as counterfeits, man. Y'all are fakes, especially you damn Christians, man. Y'all say y'all love YAHAWASHI, but y'all do everything contrary unto his laws, statutes, commandments. So you're indeed counterfeits, man. It says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. See, look at this shit, man. Let me turn around. That's a fucking dude, man. See, it's a fucking dude, man. This is why this place just gotta fucking go, man. That's why this place gotta go. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstains from our ways as from filthiness, man. Yeah, because y'all are filthy swine, man. Y'all swine. That's why y'all have demons, legions inhabiting you, man. Y'all are those vessels that was made for destruction. And YAHAWASHI, we're those vessels made for mercy. It says, he pronounces the end of the just to be blessed. And we're coming up on the end of the just to be blessed, man. What's the end of the just? 2 Peter chapter 1, receiving the end of your faith, the salvation of your souls, man. See, that's going to be the end for us, YAHAWASHI. And it says he pronounces the end of the just to be blessed and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father, man. See, we're making our boast that Yahweh is our father, man. We know that we're the sons of God. Yeah, we just fell out the way for a little season, man. We're calling ourselves Greeks. We're calling ourselves Romans. We're calling ourselves African Americans. We're calling ourselves Americans or black. Right? We fell out the way. We fell out the way, but now we have come back into our true nationality. We've come back into our true way of being. Now we're back aligned with our power, man. And now we done caught on to the bullshit of you people. And now we're reproving your ways, man. Right? Telling you that you about to go into captivity. Telling you that you're going to be up under our feet and we're going to be over you, man. Our Father was just chastising us for a little season because of what we did, man. Right? But it's not going to be like this for always. That's why you got the men, the sincere men of the Lord, standing up on their feet, proclaiming these things, man, on a daily basis, man. So you can get used to hearing this, man. And pretty soon, you're not just going to hear it, you're going to see it, man. And I can't wait until it happens. I can't wait, man. Right? So let's go back to Proverbs 1 and 17, 16. For their feet run to do evil and make haste to shed blood. And we know who that's talking about, the bloody man. The man that was given the blessing of the sword. Pursuant to Genesis 27 chapter, the so-called white man, he was given the blessing of the sword, which will make him the bloody man. Why everywhere he goes, right, these nations are innocent civilians are just bombed. Right? Verse 17, surely in vain. See that? Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. So just like Ecclesiastes 9th chapter says, for as a bird is taken in an evil snare or in an evil trap, right? But it says it's going to be in vain, right? For us, you know, for that net to be spread or that trap to be spread for us, because we're watching, man, right? We're looking at these particular snares and pitfalls that Esau, Edom got set forth for us, man. But see, like it says in Wisdom Solomon, the 10th chapter, that wisdom went down into the pit with Joseph, man. And what's a pit? A pit is a snare. A pit is a trap. But see, wisdom went down there with them, man. And wisdom sustained our forefather Joseph. And if you're really spiritual, Joseph really also symbolized the house of Israel, right? So the same way we're going to be preserved from this pit, from the same way we're going to be preserved from these snares, through wisdom, man. All right? So it says, surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. So let's go back, finish it out in Ecclesiastes 9:12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. See, this is how YAHAWASHI is going to meet you people, man. Suddenly. Y'all had no idea that it was going to come upon you, man. Because you're that city that dwelt without care. Pursuant to the book of, what is that? Zephaniah, the 1st chapter, man. So like it, Zephaniah. Let's just grab it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Love this word, man. Love this word, man. Zechariah 2. So like it, Zephaniah 2:12. This, so like it, Zephaniah 2:15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly. Yeah, this is America's that rejoicing city that dwells carelessly, man. So you people, you're full off of wings, full off of fajitas, full off of quesadillas, full off of gumbo, full off of pig. Man, I went to the spot to go try to get some tacos earlier today, right? And Issachar was in the back. I said, man, what's that y'all chopping up? I was like, I hope that's not chicken that y'all chopping up. They're like, no, this is intestines. I said, what kind of intestines is it? They said, this is pig intestines. I'm like, man, I left, bro. I'm like, man, I can't eat some chicken tacos from a place I clearly see you chopping some damn pig intestines, man. See, this is why we tell you that you niggas, you try, hey, the best thing for y'all is death, man, because clearly you love it. Clearly you love it, man. You're eating pig intestines, man. All right? Going all the way off, man. You say forget the pig ass, man. Forget the ribs. No, we want the intestines, man. See, that man Jake is off as hell, bro. Right? Zephaniah 2:15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. And that's what America says. Same thing in Isaiah the 47th chapter, man. Says, how is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down? Everyone that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his head. So all of this place is rejoicing right now. This place is about to be a desolation, man. It's about to be a desolation coming from those nukes, man. Let me see if anybody put anything up. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all we're gonna grab for today. YAHAWASHI, you few brothers and sisters was edified, And as always, man, death to America, DTA, Baba Ball, Shalom.